Whoa, 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 we, you and me and you, it's the Danny Karen Show. Danny Karen here. You know what's good? I mean, really good. Actually, it's not even good. It's weird. It's very weird. It's like, why? Why? It's a whole bunch of why. Here's why. Here's what I'm talking about. Astrology, right? It's a very cool thing to study. It's interesting. People like it. I like how reading these things about the signs and stuff like that, and the horoscopes and things of that nature. But it has taken a weird turn, and who do I blame? I blame the internet, because there's these memes on Facebook, and they're just like, these are the signs that will give you the silent treatment when you're arguing with someone, and just names like 5 different signs, or it'd be like, these are the signs that make the best lovers, and it gives you random 5 to 7 signs, and it's just like, why? You're making it not that fun. You know what else makes it not that fun? When astrology tries to predict people's relationships, and it's just like, you're a sun sign, and you're a fire sign, and you're an air sign, and you guys are not compatible at all. You guys are gonna fight every day, and if you get married, it's gonna be a broken home, and this, that, the other thing, and it's not gonna work out, and don't date each other because you guys are, you were born in March, and you were born in June, and it's not gonna work out because you're a Cancer, and you're an Aries, and someone's gonna correct me on that one, and well, it's not going to work out because you're born on this month and you're born on this month, and that's just how it is. And it's crazy how these dating websites, you look up what your sign is, and it says, you're compatible with these signs, but watch out for these signs. And it's just like, why? I actually spoke to a girl 2 years ago. I hit it off with her pretty well. And what happened was, I told her I was a Sagittarius, and she replies with, yikes! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And it's just like, of all the things that I could freak somebody out about me, that I can give off a red flag, that can make somebody nervous, they can make somebody feel uneasy about me, about myself, about the things that I do, don't do, my looks, my religion, whatever the case is, my politics. The fact that I was born in December is the reason why somebody wouldn't want to talk to me or ghost me. That's it? There are so many other things that people may not like or do like about me. But the fact that I was born in December and I'm a Sagittarius has nothing to do with me being me, and that's it. It's crazy, and it's mind-blowing. And it's just darn right rude. Well, you know who's not rude? Funny story. I was at the bank the other day, and I saw my friend walking into the bank, and, well, I gotta say, I haven't seen him in a while, and I found out, well, I didn't really find out, I kind of always knew, that my friend's more interesting than meets the eye. He's a very good character. And he's here to talk to you, and talk to me about realty. He's from H&G Realty. Please welcome Frank. Yeah. I love that you
Thank
plug
you.
your own self. How you doing, Frank?
Good, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. So tell us, what got you into realty?
Well, first off, let's take it back. I moved to Long Island about 2014, and I had gotten a job, but I went to school for it, right? But I never applied the license at all. So I just had it, but I never used it. So then, I always wanted more for myself, Not had a stable job and all, but it's nice to do like anything with sales. There is no limit of how much you can make. It's about what you put in, and you really do. And it's also about helping people. So I had an uncle who actually does real estate, and he was making like 6 figures. He was making over 100K a year. I'm like, wow, that's good money. So I figured, what better way to learn real estate than to join my cousin's real estate office and learn from him. And that's what I did. So I went to school. The way it works is you go to school and you take a course, right? And at the end of the course, you take a test. Now, the test doesn't mean that you're automatically a realtor. When you take the test, then you have to take a state test. So we're in New York now, so you have to take an actual state test that the state gives, and it's like 75 or 80 questions, whatever, or maybe 100. It's been a while now, and you have to get 80%. So you can only get wrong so many. So I remember school was easy. I went there in person. You could take it online also, but I did it in person. I like to feel like I'm there talking to the instructor for any questions I have, And then I took the state test, and I passed that, And then once I passed it, I joined my uncle's real estate office. Now he is in Queens, New York. He's in Queens, so I had to drive out there, And at this point, I had a job where I was off weekends, and then so I would drive the weekends all the way to Queens, and then that's I learned from him, and as of today, I'm in Long Island. I work in Long Island area, so I'm out here more specializing. But once I was working in Queens, I learned a little bit, but then I realized I couldn't take the driving back and forth. It was like an hour, with traffic it's like almost 2 hours, so it's like I just couldn't deal with the traffic. In Queens, everything is like boom, boom, boom. Everything's so fast paced. And once I learned enough, I wanted to move myself to closer to where I live, home. So that's what I did. Eventually, one day I realized I was looking around my neighborhood, and I saw H&G, which stands for
Hue and Guidance.
I can barely say it myself, but everyone, we all in real life, we all say H&G, but yes, it's Hue and Guidance. What I did was, in my area where I live, I saw signs. There's signs, house listings here and there. They were doing business. So anytime you see signs like that, that's usually a good sign that they're doing good business. So I took that in consideration when I was joining different offices, because it's all about, you want to work somewhere where they're gonna, what I look for in the office, because there's so many real estate offices, so many out there. So what you want to do, you want to find what an office that's compatible with you, what you're looking for, and does that office offer that value that you need? So I went to H&G, and I went there one day, and I said, hey, I told him about my story. If I was coming from Queens, and I'm looking to change my office to around here. And then I talked to Sean Ho. He's the broker at the office. Very great guy. Very super great people. And he pretty much took me under his wing. And from that, the rest was history. So that's how I got into that office. I like what they... I like their core values and what they believe in. From their side of view, they like to. Their philosophy is about teamwork, and they love to help each other out. So it's not like you go to real estate office. It's like, believe it or not, real estate agents are competitive against each other. Believe it or not. So anytime you find an office that can actually help you, that's great, because a lot of realtors don't want to work with each other or train each other because they feel like it takes away from money out of their pocket. So it's always good. You have to remember the long term. You want to help people and not just. It's not about the money, man. Don't get me wrong. It does. It motivates you. It keeps you going. But there's no other feeling when you help somebody find the house that they want to live in. So you remember, people are spending this is the biggest purchase you're gonna make probably in your life. So it's not like it's very important that you have your client, your customer, your friend, whatever, their best interest. And it's all about helping them, man, because there's no greater satisfied feeling. So I love that feeling of real estate also, and don't get me wrong, the check's nice too. So so it works out, right? So
the check is nice.
The check is nice. So so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, listen, but it feels great to help people. But when you can make good money from it, hey, it's even better feeling. And so that's how I pretty much got into it. And then so is there anything? If you have any questions, Danny here has my info. By all means, you guys can call me, text me anytime you want. Like I said, I'm here to help anybody. I'm not just here looking for, the next check. Like I said, it's nice, but I'm here to help people at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that's gonna help me build a relationship. I always tell people, I'm not just a real estate agent. I'm a relationship agent, because a relationship agent.
You hook people up with like dates and stuff like that?
No, not that. A relationship as in like, I'm more than just a realtor. I'm a relationship because I will keep in touch with you. I will make sure that, because at the end of the day, that's going to bring me more referrals down the road. Like, hey, listen, Frank, I know someone else. I have a friend that's looking to buy, sell over here. And, that's always good to have good relationships with people, because someone that you trust and that I can help the next person, So, yeah. So I'm here. I'm here to help. That's why I tell people I'm here to help. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You pretty much answered all my questions in one sitting. Well, I do have one question.
Go ahead.
What is an FHA loan? We discussed earlier, and I was just like, what is he talking about? Because I've dealt with student loans, car loans, mortgages, but I don't know what an FHA is. Like, what does FHA stand for?
So FHA stands for Federal Housing Association, I believe. I don't get into all the mortgage stuff, but I can give you a quick rundown. So basically, whenever you buy a house, right, you have to get approved by your mortgage specialist, or by your bank, whatever you want to go to. So every case is different. So FHA means that it's basically like it's a loan most first-time homeowners use. So because it's such a low down payment, in most cases you can put down, if you have decent credit, you can put down anywhere from 3.5% of the total price of the house towards, for the put down as a down payment. So it's great for first-time home buyers because it's such a low down payment, The only downside of it is that you deal with PMI insurance, which is like, it's kind of like interest pretty much, Private, PMI is private mortgage, and I don't know if it's insurance or interest. So you'll see that when you get a loan, that pretty much goes into your mortgage payment, that's including your mortgage. So FHA is great for home buyers that want to get the foot in the door. It's great because you don't put down much for a down payment, But you do have to have decent credit. But even then, I've seen people that got FHA below 600. I think they got it I think it's 580 minimum. But keep in mind, you want to build your credit because the better credit you have, better rates. So banks can charge you anywhere from 4 or 5%. You don't want a high interest that's going to kill you in the long run. You want to lower down that mortgage any way you want, because that's dollars you save, every year. So then there's also another type of loan. So that's FHA, which is the basic. Pretty much everyone gets that. For more conventional loan it's a guarantee loan. So if conventional is great, because if you put 20% down, it's like that pretty much means that if you're qualified for that, that means you have great credit. 20% down, you're on a fixed mortgage for the next 30 years. It's great. Also, it's great for investors too. So if you're looking to invest in real estate, and you have to most cases you're gonna have to put 20% down on an investment property. So there's no way around that. So conventional loans are great because they're fixed, and I believe FHAs also can be. I don't get into the mortgage side, but I believe FHA does have its perks too, also to it. So most people don't have that 20% to put down a home because it's a lot of money. But FHA is great, it's really great for the first time home buyers, and it's so you can put a low down payment and get your foot in the door, get a house, if always try to step 0, build your credit. Obviously, you want to build your credit. It's number one before anything. Try to build your credit if you can to 700, if you can, or get into a range where it's like mid 600s, But I've seen people with lower credit that they can still buy a house. Sometimes the credit's not good, but they make good income. It's just that maybe in the past they had like, any credit card debt, things like that. You want to clear up. Once you understand, and that's another video you can make eventually. Once you understand how credit works, I don't think people understand how credit works and how they can make it go better, and they end up kind of sabotaging themselves. So yeah, that's another topic we have to discuss, and I can come by and I can break down how credit works, the percentages and what they look at. Because I'm big on that, because I want to get my credit to the highest I want, because as a realtor, I know I'm an agent, but I'm also an investor. In the future, I will be an investor. Pretty soon, I plan to buy my first house and then go on from there, And yeah, so that's...
Wow.
Yeah, so there's pretty much, there's FHA, conventional... And there's other loans too, man. I don't have like balloon payments. I don't get into all that. Like I'm a realtor. I'm not a mortgage specialist, so I don't really get into that.
Right.
But my job is to help you find the house that you love. I show you houses, and my job is also to sell house. So I can sell your house, and I try to negotiate the highest bidder, the highest that you can get for your home possible. So that's my job, at the end of the day, and after that, pretty much, the lawyers take over too. A lot of times people realize you also have a lawyer that does the contracts and all that. So a lawyer it's a big part of your process of buying or selling a house, is the lawyers. And that's something I didn't realize when I first started. I didn't think you actually need a lawyer, but you do need a lawyer. When you buy a house or selling a house, you need a lawyer to review the terms. So whether you're buying or selling, you got to review it. The lawyer will break down what's going on in his contract, so you don't have anything that's going to hurt you down the road or anything like that, or something that messes you up by closing, like, hey, I didn't know about this, whatever. And your lawyer is there to, if there's something that you don't like in the contract, your lawyer can edit it, make changes to it too. So it's always good to have a lawyer that does that, There's lawyers out there. So you do have to get a lawyer. I didn't know about that when I first started. Not me. I'm talking about the seller or buyer. They need a lawyer. And I pretty much communicate with the lawyer and the paralegal to make sure we're all on good terms, to make sure everything's okay. And then, yeah, I've seen it all, man. Like, I remember I was helping a buyer who I met at my job. So it turns out he wanted to buy a house. And I helped him find a house that he really liked. And we closed on it. But I think it was like a couple of days before closing, I had got a text from him saying that there was a leak in the house. So when you buy a house from a buyer's perspective, you have to do a walkthrough before you close the house. You can actually close, before you guys close, the buyer will find a walkthrough of the house, make sure the house is the same condition as it was when you first saw it, And then turns out this house had a leak in it. So the previous month there was a storm, whatever, a lot of rain. So I guess there was a small leak in the house, and my client wanted to back out of the deal. So mind you, at the time I was still new, and I was like, okay, cool, no problem. But I called my broker. So by the way, broker is like it's kind of like the head of the whole, like a manager, like a CEO of the whole real estate office, because the broker, everything goes to the broker too. The broker makes sure that everything's going. It's kind of like your boss, but he can't tell you what to do or anything like that. But it's like he makes sure that I'm not doing anything illegal or anything that I'm not supposed to be doing. He kind of like oversees everything. If I have any questions, also I go to him. So I asked my broker at the time. This is when I was working in Queens, and he was my believe it or not, he's my uncle, my broker. So I was talking to him, and he said, "Listen, he can't back out of the deal because reason why is because he already got his mortgage is pretty much locked in. So he can't just, if he were to back out of that deal going on, he would lose his down payment. So at the time, his down payment was, I believe, it was like he put 20% down. Let's say so we'll just keep it simple. He put down like $10,000 down payment. Remember, he's doing 20%, so don't get me. 20% is high for a lot of people, but he wanted to put the guaranteed whatever conventional loan. So if he would have backed out, he can't because he already got an agreement with the mortgage people or everything. So if he, like I said, he would have backed out, he would have lost his 10% down payment. So at closing, he had to put another 10,000. If everything's cool, then you pay the last 10,000, do it signing. But he wanted to back out, so he would have lost his down payment. I told him, listen, you can't because you're locked in with the bank. They're gonna charge you for that. That you're gonna lose that money. So luckily, the sellers they were nice enough to actually fix the leak. The sellers, they just wanted to, at this point, they just wanted to sell the house and move forward now. They didn't want nothing to do, they just wanted to get this over at this point. So they were nice enough to actually fix the leak, everything. And then we were able to close. We were able to close the following week, and everything was smooth after that. It was great. He got his house that he wanted. I helped him out, and I still keep in contact. Like I said, it's always good to keep in contact with people that you help find a house or sell their house, because they can refer each other business. And that was pretty interesting. That was good. That was a good lesson for me to learn. So, things like that happen. They do happen. It's not always smooth sailing. Things do happen, and you have to figure out how you can make it work. Rather than backing on a deal and losing your money. So
wow.
You never want that to happen. So yeah.
You're definitely not shy.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You can't.
I always thought you were a shy person.
You can't be. It's funny because you can't be in this business. You can't be like that. To be honest, it's like if you're shy or you show any type of like lack of
confidence.
Yeah, perfect word, confidence. If you show any lack of confidence or you're unsure of yourself, basically what that means, that's confidence. If you're unsure of yourself, if anything that you do, people see that, they feel it. They don't. It's not like they just know. So if I'm meeting with a client and I have my, I'm going like touching myself, nervously, or my shoulders are like this, they're not gonna work for me. They're gonna be like, why should I sell my house with you? It looks like you don't know what you're doing. So you want to know. You want to know what you're doing too. You know what I mean? It's you do have to learn. You got to know a little bit about real estate. Obviously, that's why I went to school. Obviously you learn.
Right.
And I might be quiet. He knows me from other jobs. I can be quiet, but like, but once you get to know me, man, I'm an open book. Like I can talk all day about anything.
And the book is opened.
The book is open, man. So I told Danny, if you guys have any questions, by all means, call me or text me. He has my information. I need to make my own channel.
Well, whoa. Talking about realtors competing with each other. That is not what we're gonna do.
What's good? Really good. My channel. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, subscribe to this guy. He's this the guy. Right here.
What Frank is going to do is, in the comments below on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook fan page, Frank's going to leave his contact information. And if you want to contact Frank on selling houses, buying houses, living in houses, whatever the case is, he's your guy.
I'm the guy.
I'm not your guy for that. I'm the guy for the funny. He's the guy for the realty. This is Realty TV.
Yep.
And I'd like to say thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's always good to help people and come out.
That's it. So, see ya.